Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Time to go over some business strategies. I'm a little late because I was making sure I got my trades together. I can't be messing around. I'm a little late, but it's okay. Good morning, peace, power, profit to everybody. Thank you all for watching on social media world. Just share some information. Don't forget Wednesdays, urban economic empowerment show. So don't forget to tune in. Okay, peace, power, and profit to everyone during the early morning shows so that you can start, some people can start redirecting their mindset to start creating their own stimulus. Okay, and so one of the words that get tossed out a lot is financial literacy. We didn't learn financial literacy, or if we learned financial literacy at an early age, we would better take our funding. We'll make better financial decisions. We would have opportunity such as others, right? So I'm on one of my favorite apps, fintech apps, and that's Stash. Let me drop that link because you can kind of educate. You guys getting ready for spring break, you're getting ready for the summer, you're putting programs together, baby. You can use some of this information available on these apps to educate those babies that you gonna have in your possession this entire week or the whole summer. Okay, so Stash has your learning. We have a learning tab you can go to and you can click. Let me go to the home page so you kind of see what that looks like before I get in. Right, you go to the home page. There's a learning tab right here. You want to teach some financial literacy, you can go to any of these fintech websites. You can come here, pick a subject, and you can have at it, honey. You got financial news, you got investing, you got crypto, saving, budget, insurance, and retirement. You can go ahead and educate your young babies on some financial literacy and go ahead and get it in. So the one I chose today is, what does it mean to be financial literate? Okay, learn how to make the right decisions about money every day. So this is my little source. This article was written by this guy right here, Jeremy. Remember, this is merely educational, not trying to be a financial advisor, not interested in telling you what and how to manage your money, just purely sharing educational information, what worked for me and what got me on my way. So you can teach yourselves. Okay. So let's talk about it. It said, not knowing the basics about your finances can cost you big time. In fact, lacking essential knowledge about money costs the average consumer nearly $1,389 in 2021, according to the National Financial Educational Educators Council, a nonprofit group devoted to achieving financial literacy. One reason could be that consumers tend to struggle with essential concepts, including numeracy, not knowing how an interest rate affects the cost to borrow money, how compounding can work to increase your personal wealth, and whether it's safer to invest in a single stock or a mutual fund. Fortunately, Congress has designated April Financial Literacy Month. And over the coming weeks, Stash plans to present to you with articles, challenges, and other content that we hope will inform you and help test your knowledge of money. But let's start with the basics. What does it mean to be financial literate? In a nutshell, financial literacy means having the ability to assess your financial situations so you can make the right decisions about money on a daily basis. It can help you manage your current life while preparing you for unseen expenses and emergencies. It will also help you develop a financial plan for the future. That way, you won't be wasting your cash or getting yourself into debt or taking unnecessary financial risk. It also means learning how to budget, plan, save, and invest. And it means having goals for your future, which should include your retirement. I didn't learn financial literacy in school. If you got through high school without learning how to make a budget, or that $200 charged on your high interest credit card can end up costing you $400 if you don't pay off the balance, you're in good company. Teaching students about money and money management isn't a priority in most schools. The majority of states have no requirements for students to learn even the rudiments of economics or financial planning, according to the Counselor for Economic Education. And often it can be difficult to know where to go to educate yourself. Lack of money knowledge can have real consequences. Financial products ranging from retirement accounts to mortgages and credit cards have gotten increasingly complex. And a generation ago, there weren't so many options for saving and investing. Now we just need to know a lot more. Lack of financial literacy can help lead us into the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. Remember the housing crisis? Tens of thousands of people purchased houses they couldn't afford and then defaulted on the mortgages that were hard to understand. Even today, the average debt for things like student loans and credit cards keep creeping up with average consumer debt totaling close to 93,000 according to a 2021 study by the Credit Bureau Experian. At the same time, there's a savings crisis. Not enough people are planning to put money away for emergencies or plan for their retirement. More than one third of households had savings for retirement of 5,000 or less, according to one 2019 survey. Uh-oh, hold on, my bad. Give me 1 second. Survey, not nearly what will be required for retirement that can stretch on for decades. Additionally, the pandemic has worsened economic circumstances for many. For people who suffer job losses, roughly two-thirds of working adults said it would be harder for them to meet their financial goals, according to the 2021 Pew Research Center report. Fortunately, there are plenty of ways to get smarter about your finances and to give yourself the financial education you need and deserve so you can save and make smarter decisions with your money. For starters, there's lots of free information available to everyone. Here are a few places to look. I'm sorry, I have to post my little link just in case somebody wanted to join me. Again, Peace, Power, and Profit. It's early money business strategies. Let's get your mind right started and redirect your thoughts today. Some FinLit resources. The federal government has a number of sites, including mymoney.gov, created by the Federal Financial Literacy and Education Commission, a financial literacy partnership between dozens of U.S. federal departments and agencies. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has information on everything from auto loan and mortgages to student loans and buying a house. The Jumpstart Coalition for Personal Financial Literacy also has lessons plans that can help get kids involved early in financial education. Get real with yourself. That's right. Go and get real with yourself. Make sure you share the show. Make sure you share it with your young adults. Make sure you sit and watch the show. Here's a quick checklist of questions that can help you gauge how you're doing. No judgments. Many of these questions are also part of the Stash Way, our guide to financial wellness. If you answer no to one or more of these questions, it might be a good idea to brush up on your financial education. Let's go. Do you spend less than you earn? All right, put your answers in the chat. Number one, do you spend less than you earn? Number two, do you always pay your bills on time? Let me give you a chance to answer. Those are first two questions. Number 3, if you have debt, do you pay more than the monthly minimum? Number 4, have you created an emergency fund that could cover 3 to 6 months of expenses? Number 5, do you have medical, homeowners, or renters insurance to insulate you from financial shocks? To insulate you from financial shocks. Number 6, have you created a retirement savings plan? Number 7, do you know your credit score and what it means? Getting smart about money is a lifelong process. Education is the first step towards learning the basics you need to have a successful financial life. A successful financial life today and in your future. There you go, you guys. There you go. Be truthful about your answers. Let me go through these again. This is where you need to start. This is how you got to get yourself on the right track. It says, this is what you want to do if you need to brush up on your education. I'm going to go over these questions again. Okay. Don't wait for anyone else to educate you and your babies. You can do it. There's plenty of information out here. Stash is one of the resources you can find that info. Number 1, do you spend less than you earn? Number 2, do you always pay your bills on time? Number 3, if you have debt, do you pay more than the monthly amount? Number 4, have you created an emergency fund that could cover 3 to 6 months of expenses? Number 5, do you have medical, homeowners, or renters insurance to insulate you from financial shocks? Number 6, have you created a retirement savings plan? Number 7, do you know your credit score and what it means? I would throw another one in there, and that is, do you have um, life insurance? That's my other question. I would throw in there. There's some life insurance policies that will help you um, make a do really well in reference to where to place your money. So in my econ, we talk about cash asset cash. So you want to identify those assets that will give you a rate of return on your investments. And I'll go back to that calculator that Stash has in reference to compounding interest. Hey, Chris, do you have any other questions that you could add to this list that one would want to ask themselves in reference to educating them financial education?
Um, well, I think these sum up pretty much everything.
Right. And I added life insurance because the life
Yeah,
insurance policies today you could do these cash policies or these index policies that'll give you some money over time that you can actually shift businesses to and things of that nature. Annuity accounts.
yeah, that's a good one to add. Yeah, definitely life insurance because we happen to leave that one out when we talk about financial literacy and all of that. So that's a good add. I think everything else is on point though.
Right. So that was the financial literacy. The other tab I want to click on is taxes and retirement. Now, I seen something the other day that was pretty interesting to me, and many people may not even know this, but it said capital gains tax is cheaper than income tax. So now you know why many of the wealthy people put their money in assets or put their money in stocks, bonds, right? Um, ETFs, uh, things of that nature, because that tax is cheaper than income tax, right? So let's go. Let's talk about a little bit of this. Uh, let's do taxes on stocks. Little education this morning, you guys. Thank you for tuning in the early morning business strategies. Hope you guys get some information. Hope you share it with your kids. Not meant to be a very long method show, just to be able to give you a little information to help you out, redirect your thoughts on financial education. Tax on stocks. Here's the guide to paying less in 2022. Let's go. I know a lot of you guys want to know this. So let's talk about it. Understanding investment tax can take a bit of work, but many investors find the effort is well worth it. With practice, strategic investing may help you lower your tax bill while you grow your portfolio. Learn the ins and outs with this guide to capital gains, dividend earnings, stock options, and more. See how this oh my goodness. Speaking, preaching, better than you clapping. But peace, power, and profit. Hey, good morning, Smash. Awesome. Let's see. How to do taxes on stocks. How do taxes work on stocks, capital gains, dividends, tax on stock options? When do you pay taxes on stocks? How to pay lower taxes on stocks and tax updates for 2022. So let's go. How do taxes on stocks work? As a general rule, the money you earn from stocks and other investments is taxable. The tax rate on stock gains depends on the type of earnings, such as profit from selling shares, dividends you receive, interest you earn on money in a brokerage account. There is an exception. Earnings in tax advantage accounts for retirement may be tax deferred or tax exempt. For example, 401k, 403b, and traditional IRA earnings are generally not taxed until you make a withdrawal. And if you have a Roth IRA, earnings and qualified withdrawals are typically tax exempt. However, if you make non-qualified withdrawals, like taking money out before age 59 and a half, you generally pay taxes plus a penalty. Let me say that again. I'm going to say this one again. Let's do it again, because this is important. There's an exception. Earnings in tax advantage accounts for retirement may be tax deferred or tax exempt. For example, 401k, 403b, and traditional IRA earnings are generally not taxable until you make a withdrawal. If you have a Roth IRA, earnings and qualified withdrawals are typically tax exempt. However, if you make a non-qualified withdrawals, like taking money out before age 59 and a half, you generally pay taxes plus a penalty. There it is. Now let's talk about capital gains tax. Most of the money you earn from your stock investments is considered capital gains. The tax rate on stock gains may be lower than the rate on your regular income. So understanding the intricacy can pay off. So let's talk. Thank you guys for tuning in on social media. Make sure you like the show, share the show, or make sure you visit Stash, look at the learning tab, and you can go over this information at your own leisure. I appreciate those who are already watching. Thank you guys. Peace, power, and profit. What is a capital gains? Capital gains are profits from selling investments. Here's an imaginary example. You purchase 10 shares of stock for $10, a total investment of $100. That's $10 times the total number of stocks, 10 equals 100. 5 years later, the stock price is $15. Now your investment is worth $150. That's $15 times $10 equals 150. You sell the stock, making $50. $150 minus 100 initial investment. The $50 profit is realized when you sell the stock. That's the capital gains. There is no capital gains until you sell the stock, no matter how much the price rises. What's up, Chris?
I was just going to add in that I think the capital gains happens when you actually transfer the money that you made off the stock investment that you sell to your bank account.
Right, that's the profits. That's what they're talking about.
Right.
Right. But that's what right here when it says the $50 is realized when you sell the stock. Well, yeah, when it goes to your account, or yeah. So basically, when you withdraw it from the investment account.
Right.
Okay,
gotcha.
Right. I don't think they added that part in, but yeah, good point. They said it's realized when you sell it. But if you don't withdraw it, because if you take it and put it in another asset, you still agree.
Now that's what you would consider
tax.
Is that also an investment and as a trade as well? So
let's keep going. We'll find out.
Okay.
That's a good question. It's right. Put that somewhere so I could so we can research that and make sure we put that in, because I can enhance a PowerPoint from that. Good question.
Okay.
All right. So what are capital losses? If you sell an investment for less than you pay for it, that's called a capital loss. It's calculated just like a capital gains. Subtract your initial investment from the total sales price. In some cases, you can carry over capital losses from prior years. What are long-term and short-term? What are short-term and long-term capital gains? If you hold a stock for less than a year before selling, the IRS considered the profit you earn a short-term capital gains. But if you hold it for more than a year, the earnings are long-term capital gains. You'll need to understand both, because capital gains tax rates are generally different from each. And I'll probably cover this again tonight at 6 p.m. at the Urban Economic Empowerment Show. So please don't get an information overload. I'll share this information again. Short-term capital gains tax. Short-term capital gains are taxed as ordinary income, just like income you earn from your job. As of 2022, those rates range from 10% to 37%, depending on the tax bracket. So that means when you get in and out and you withdraw immediately, that's what they're talking about. Long-term capital gains tax. Long-term capital gains are usually taxed at a special capital gains rate, 0%, 15%, 20%, based on your income. In rare cases, the rate goes as high as 28%. But for many people, it's less than their normal income tax rate. And that's what we aiming for. We want to get taxed less. What's a net capital gain? According to the IRS, the term net capital gain means the amount by which your net long-term capital gain for the year is more than your net short-term capital loss for the year. So if you have long-term capital gains but short-term capital losses, subtract the losses from the gains to arrive at your net capital gain. This is the amount of money on which you owe taxes. Ooh, that saved my life. I guess I had a few losses out there. Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go.
But you see, you don't do your own taxes. So if you were when we did taxes this year, unlike last year in TurboTax, it asked you to log into your investments account if you had them. So that
Yep,
helped me.
it
I didn't
did.
have to. You did? You looked at it?
Yep, it
Yeah.
did. Mhm.
Yeah, so you were able to log into your accounts and all of the data were pulled in. So I was able to log into my Stash account, my Robinhood, my Webull, my Thinkorswim, and all that
Yeah,
data got pulled in, and I didn't have to try to figure it out off the paper.
right.
Man, you
Like,
got listen. Go ahead.
even when they ask you, if you want the tax professional to help to do it for you,
Yep.
they just have you take a picture of, the statement you get from your investment,
Right.
your brokerage account. So
Yep.
it's easier now. You don't have to do all the hard work anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All right.
so
So let's talk dividend tax. Dividend income is typically taxable. The rate depends on what type of dividends you earn. Ordinary dividends are taxed at your ordinary income tax rate. Qualified dividends are taxed as capital gains. Whether your dividends are ordinary or qualified largely depends on whether you have met the holding period, which means you held the stock for 60 to 90 days during a given window of time. Your 1099 your 1099 dividend tax form will tell you which category your dividend falls into. So it makes it easier for you just in case you forget.
that's if you are using dividends as an income. Now, if you are reinvesting your dividends, you don't have to worry about that.
Right. That's why you let the system do everything for you.
Right.
it would decide.
And
Okay.
Stash does that. They reinvest your dividends if you sign up for the program.
Right. Taxes on stock options. You might receive stock options as part of your job's compensation package. This is the most common in startups and tech companies. A stock option gives you the right to buy stock at a particular price called the grant price, regardless of the stock's market price at the time you buy it. When you decide to buy stocks at the grant price, it's called exercising your stock option. Ideally, the price of the stock is higher than the grant price when you exercise your option so you can get a bargain. So this is when we do options, right? And at the end they ask you, do you want to sell it or you want to exercise it? Right, Chris? Hypothetically,
How long? You said
oh,
what?
um this particular piece of exercising your stock at the where the stock price is higher than your exercise. This is when you buy options, right? And when it asks you at the end, do you want to exercise the options or do you want to sell it? The grant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your company
Here's
gives you stock options with the grand price of $20 per share. Oh, yeah. You're right.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah. So I
that's
didn't
right.
read this part yet. Here's a hypothetical example of how it might work. Your company gives you stock options with a grant price of $20 per share, and you're allowed to buy 100 shares at that price. When you exercise your stock options, the stock is valued at $30 per share, and you buy 100 shares. You spend $2,000 20 times 100, and the shares you now own are worth $3,030 times 100. You can now hold onto these shares or you can sell them. Oh, so I don't always have to sell my shares.
No, that's actual stock from the company. That's not the same as like, trading options.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, because with option contracts they have an expiration date. These
Right.
are like this is like the employee stock purchase program.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that's something totally different.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
And we can get that, we can go there to the Investopedia to get more information on that.
Okay, cool. Taxes on statutory versus non-statutory stock options. Stock options are considered either statutory or non-statutory, and the taxes work differently for each type. Statutory stock options. You usually don't incur any taxes when you exercise your options, though you may be subject to alternative minimum tax when you file your tax return. When you sell the stocks, any income you make will generally be subject to taxes. The rate at which your profit is taxed depends on a few factors, including whether your options are qualified or not qualified and how long you have held the stock. Your capital gains will be classified as short or long term based on how long you've held the stock. Non statutory stock options. If the common price of the stock is higher than the grant price when you exercise your option, like in the example above, the difference between what you paid and what the shares are worth is usually considered taxable by the IRS. You'll also be subject to a short or long-term capital gains taxes when you sell your stocks. Okay, now I'm getting it. All right, let me check on y'all in the chat. I don't want nobody no information overload. Again, I'll go over this again tonight. Urban Economic Empowerment Show. So hold on to your seats, baby. We learning today. Financial literacy at its finest. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. Oh, come on. There's no way I only got one little like. Y'all tripping. When do you pay taxes on stocks? Taxes on investment income are usually due on the same schedule as other taxes. For most people, that's when you file your annual tax return. But some people pay quarterly estimated taxes or use another fiscal calendar. One exception is if you hold a stock in a tax advantage account like a 401k, 403b, or an IRA. In that case, you'll probably won't owe taxes unless you've made a qualified withdrawal. If you have a Roth IRA, qualified withdrawals aren't usually taxed at all. Non-qualified withdrawals, however, may trigger tax liability plus a penalty. So I know everybody wondering, man, what's a qualified tax withdrawal? Let's look it up real quick. Well, that's one of the things I want to look up. Let me go here real quick. Hey, good morning. I am. Let's see. Uh-huh. I'm good and I'm live. Can't call you right, or you need me right now? Mm-hmm. Mm. It could or it could say that other company, but I have to call you back as soon as get off the line. Uh-huh. All right. See, somebody want to talk about some taxes. Boy, I tell you, I know they see me lie. Understanding qualified, non qualified. Okay, I want to just go straight to, yeah, here we go. Qualified IRA distributions. A qualified distribution from your Roth IRA allows you to avoid taxes and the 10% early withdrawal penalty. To count as a qualified, the distribution of earnings from a Roth IRA must meet these two requirements. It incurred at least 5 years after you opened the funded your first IRA, Roth IRA, even if you're withdrawing from a different Roth IRA account. Or number two, you take the distribution under one of the following circumstances. So look at the circumstances. Here we go. These are qualified withdrawals from your Roth IRA. You are at least 59 years old. You have a disability. The payment is made to your beneficiary or to your estate after your death. A withdrawal up to 10,000 finances the buying of a building or rebuilding of a first-time home buyer's home. Or number 5, a withdrawal of up to 5,000 in support of the birth of a new child or adoption. Bam. Yep. There it is. So if you withdraw, if you fall on any of those qualifications, then boom, you're in there. All right. Let me see what else we got going on here. How to pay lower taxes on stocks. Here are 5 strategies that might make an impact on your tax bill. All right, pay attention because y'all be tripping. Y'all don't have to do all of that crazy stuff. We're going to give you the rundown right now. How to pay lower taxes on your stocks. Number 1, buy and hold. Holding onto your investments for a year or more may help you secure the lower long-term capital gains tax rate for dividends and money you make selling stock. Number 2, open a traditional Roth IRA. These accounts offer multiple tax advantages that might add up to significant tax savings over the long term. Number 3, contribute to your 401k or 403 plan. With pre-tax contributions and deferred tax on earnings, your contributions can reduce your taxes today and tomorrow. Number 4, hold dividend paying stocks in tax advantage accounts. Any tax advantage retirement account might reduce your tax liability. For instance, dividends earned on stocks in 401k or individual retirement accounts aren't taxed until you make a qualified withdrawals. And in most cases, dividends earned in a IRA, Roth IRA, are not taxable, provided you follow withdrawal rules. And number 5, use short-term capital gain losses to offset long-term capital gains. By investing strategically, you may be able to balance out losses and gains to reduce the amount of taxable income you receive from selling stocks. Now, let me tell y'all something about these right here. We talk about these on Urban Economic Empowerment Show all the time. You'll hear Brother Andre say he loves to get dividend stocks. Boom, you just heard him here while having stocks with dividends, buying and holding, and you having those dividends. That's why that helps and works out, right? We talk the reason a lot of us choose certain fintech accounts because it has an IRA attached to it. So many of us will take our profits or our earnings and we will put it in our retirement account. So like with my stash, I have a personal portfolio, I have a retirement portfolio, which is a IRA, and I have the stash cashback card, which is a debit card, right? And so there's 3 ways that it benefits me. And it also has 2 custodial accounts for young people. And so what I would do is when I wanted to take profits, I would take my profits. And as soon as it was settled, I would put it in my Roth IRA account. And I would put it in my ETF, one of my ETFs that I have, or I would put it in a SPY. Bam. Listen, boy, y'all might want to start paying attention. Might want to start sharing the show, giving a sister a like, a thumbs up, or something. Oh, trying to help increase your net worth, trying to put some money in your pocket, and then tell you how to secure it, get rid of all the myths that are out there, give you information that will not only just help your lifestyle, but will help your retirement as well. Listen, I don't know what you all are thinking, But you might want to join my team because I'm about to start doing this on Tuesdays and not live again. So you need to join the sister team. Go on and hit that link. Join my econ team, baby. Pay a little monthly fee. Gives you a little subscription. You can use it as a home-based business. Stop running around here trying to claim people kids. You can get a tax refund back without claiming people's kids. You can get your own tax refund back. Do your business, handle your business, and make this money. Right, Chris? Let's get it. Let's go. Tax updates for 2022. The IRS implemented some tax changes for 2022. Here are a few highlights you may wish to be aware of. All right, y'all, here's your 2022 tax change updates. Income tax brackets were adjusted, so many may be in a lower tax bracket than last year if your income hasn't changed. Long-term capital gains tax brackets have also been adjusted upwards. Contribution limits for IRA and 401k have increased. I'm going to say some of this stuff for later. I want to look at the changes, IRS changes real quick. So here's the PDF. Okay, if it's too long, I'm looking for a specific part. All right, right here. This is the part I wanted to look at. Let me make it larger for you guys. Hope it's within your phone. This piece right here. Here are your changes. All right. This is how you're going to be taxed. Find your income, work it out. This is what they call in number qualified in order to get earned income. Let's see. All right. I'm probably going to save some of this for later because it's a bit too much. Too much to talk about right now. So, bam, guys. This is a stash. You guys want to get started? I put the link in the chat. Let me go back. To have a stash account, there's 3 levels, and it kind of pay for itself. You got the beginner level, you got the stash growth level, and then you got the stash plus. I'm in the stash plus because I like all the bells and whistles. Got access to the cashback card, the stockback card, got 2 custodial accounts. You get you some financial literacy involved. Hey, listen, and it's only $9 a month. You can write off that $9 so I wouldn't be concerned. This is how you know you're doing business. So Stash and other brokerage accounts help me with my econ account, which is a personal financial success company, because it helps me add on to the financial literacy that I am sharing with you today. Let me show you. Stay tuned. I have a conference we're getting ready to plan. Got my brother Chris. Let's see. I didn't want to go there. Let me see how much it is right now to join. You can go around teaching this stuff. You can write off your mileage. You know, this could be an actual business for you. You don't even have to sit, sell anything, buy anything if you would like. It adds to your dollars. But here's how much it costs to get in. So boom, it's only $19.95 right now. Startup and $39.95 a month, right? So get to learn about tax strategies, W-4. You get a credit system, got all the letters to the credit bureau and all that extra stuff that you need in there, right? You get a little tax record keeping system, right? You get that eliminates software, help you educate yourself. You get some investment education and training. I'm giving you that right now, baby. So it's only $19.95 to sign up. Join if you want to. You don't have to. I'm still gonna make my dollars. And then there's an elite membership where there's a travel membership. Is where you can get 70% discounts on your travel. So that's thrown in there. And then that one is $9.95. I have them both, but I paid a little less. I came in earlier than everyone else. So why do I love this so much? I'm always teaching. I'm always out there doing some financial education training. And so the tools, me this being a home-based business for me, these tools that we have in my econ helps me share information. This right here, this cash flow manager, a lot of you guys have started businesses, you're freelancers, you're 1099 contractors. This right here is what you need to keep up with your income and expenses. It gives you a little app. All you do, click expense, take a picture of that receipt, boom, put in that little data, right? Track your mileage. This is the stuff they're looking for when you get audited, right there for you. Okay. It has 256-bit encryptions and physical security banks used to protect your data. It tracks your income and expenses for business and home. It captures and stores receipts, right? So that's why we call it audit proof. It presets and customized income and expense category. That's there for you. It tracks multiple businesses in one account, and recurring entry features are available. It is only $10.95, but if you join my econ, that's a feature that you actually receive, and it actually gives you a report. So a lot of times you guys are looking for reports. Bam! If you keep it up your income and expenses, it will show. It will be right there for you. Nice, cool, high speed mileage template and everything. ID Defender, right? I even have that. You get this. You can subscribe, help keep your stuff secure, right? You got the credit system. You click on the credit system. You get all of the letters. It takes you step by step on how to do your credit stuff yourself. With the education you get out there, because there's plenty of it out there. Boom, you can get out there and you could go through your whole little credit thing on your own, right? It's a choice. You get a lot of features for 19.95, $39 a month, travel membership. You got some health and nutritional products. You can buy some coffees if you're interested, right? Roadside assistance, you get that. Some of you guys got insurance. Y'all know y'all don't be putting roadside assistance. Bam, it comes with your MyEcon app. And look, boom, you can buy some hand sanitizer. It's a choice. So that's why I'm in my econ, my personal financial success. And you guys help me stay in compliance because I talk about financial literacy all the time. So this is the reason why we have these and we promote some of these companies because they have helped us. One other company I'm going to share with you, and then I got about 11 minutes, and then I'm going to get off of here because I'll be live again tonight on the Urban Economic Empowerment Show, sharing information. Is Acorn. So we take our Stash debit card, we link it to our Acorn, right? And then we use it to buy, purchase, and we earn money. So we getting Stash back, we getting stock back, fraction of shares in our Stash, and we're getting money back in our Acorn to invest. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Chris. I'm preaching better than Nick Clapping. I need to get some likes for this show. Subscribe to my channel. I don't know if you're gonna get it any better than this. There's some people they give you, yeah, like you can invest here, you can invest there, you can make some money, subscribe here, subscribe there. I'm gonna tell you one thing. If I know one thing is for sure, that the info that you get here, we can practice, we can preach it, we can show it, we can show you the receipts. We in there, baby. We're in there. Same thing.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
We have these apps have educational information you could teach yourself. Like, why not? To start, all you have to do is deposit $5. You can go around sharing with your friends and get $5 and keep investing it. You got the Roundup program, every time you spend your money, your spare change, they will invest that for you, right? They have a card as well, a debit card as well. I have that. Oh my goodness. They do a Bitcoin now in Acorn. Look at here. Huh. This is the Bank Smarter. That's the debit card right there. We have that card, right? You can use it at ATMs. You know, you guys going to get the Walmart cards, but you're not benefiting from it. You getting Chime, you're not y'all getting all these companies, you're not investing, it's not benefiting you. You gotta have multiple ways that these companies are benefiting. So when you're gonna make a decision on what debit card, prepaid debit card you're gonna get, you better get one that gives you more bang for your bucks, baby.
Right.
Chris, you got anything you want to say?
I always got something to say concerning money and investing and all of that. But shoot, man, these applications, these apps, I mean, you're on your phone anyway. You know what I'm saying? Might as well sign up, read the information, and get yourself educated and acclimated to this, this type of world that they present for you in the business and finance side. Because, uh, you know, how many people do you know that, got their money together or, or comfortable, with their finances, all across the board? These applications can actually help you with that. They do more for you than your bank will ever do. So I don't know why they have their own banking system within the investment account or brokerage account, so to speak. So the stash debit card, like Mo was talking about, uh, I swipe them religiously. It's all my money goes to that account when it comes to spending because the places I shop, they're publicly traded companies, and that's stock back every time I pay or I spend my money with them. So, my regular bank account is not giving me anything, for shopping at these different retail places. So why not earn stock on my purchases? When I get nothing back from Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, PNC, or whatever the case is. And that's why Stash is changing the game. Acorn's changing the game. Even when I spend on my Stash card, Acorn is taking that money, that change, that spare change, and investing it into the stock market as well. And look, you're doubling, tripling your assets when you use these applications, these investment accounts, these fintech accounts. So you've been invested into the stock market and you're consuming. That's why I framed and I'm trademarking this as well, consumer turned investor, because that's what these applications are doing for you. They're allowing you to spend, do your consumer shopping and also earn stock or be invested into the stock market. So I don't want to be long with it, but that's how I live. That's the type of world I live in. Everything is about an investment or accruing assets.
Say that again. And I won't be surprised if Webull gets a debit card soon.
Oh yeah. Webull, Webull is one of the sponsors for the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the NBA.
Oh
So
wow.
I'm expecting, huge things from them coming
Right.
forward. Their platform is growing every day anyway. They're adding more cryptocurrency to their platform dang near every week. So
Yeah. And they're letting you they're starting to let you do fractional shares on certain stocks, equities. And
yep.
Webull has a built-in scanner. So if you guys wanted to explore, see what companies you could start off looking at, you could come to Webull, click on market, they expand it, they let you see inside their app without you actually even having to sign up for an account. And you could paper trade, right? So you can see the top gainers list, you can see the top losers, and you click on it, it'll show you more, the most active, right? You can see what companies are getting ready to IPO, which ones have just filled an IPO. Okay.
And on that, not to interrupt you, Mo, Acorns is gonna go public too.
Oh, oh,
They are going to IPO soon, so be on the lookout for that.
let's Google it and find out when.
I think they were supposed to do it last year, but
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying soon now because they didn't go through with it. I
Mhm.
think there's build some more money up, but yeah, coming soon.
Okay. Acom Go Plan seeks traditional IPO after merger. Okay, okay. I see ya. Oh, they was going under the SPAC. Okay, all
Yes,
right.
yes. Mm-hmm.
You also can see the earnings, who has earnings coming up. So you got earnings plays. You also can see dividends per share. People who have some dividends, companies with dividends. Um, you can see the best performing industries out today. You can see the most popular ETFs. You can see the crypto that they're selling. You can explore all this before you sign up. You can see Forex. Yeah, they even put Forex. Okay, I see it, we bull. Shit. Listen, and of course, like many other things that are out there, it has an educational tab as well. So, boom, there you go. All right, you guys. That's my early morning business strategies. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you all. Thank you for hitting that like button. I greatly appreciate you all. Thank you. Yeah, hit that like button. Make sure you go to my channel and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We look forward to seeing you guys this evening on the Urban Economic Empowerment Show, where um we're probably going to be going into some trades um at 6 p.m. Tune in, check us out. We're here for you. We want to make sure that what we know we share. Okay. Peace, power, and profit. We see you guys at 6. Peace, Chris.
Peace.